Welcome to Unselfishly Me, a podcast all about self-love, self-care, and everything in between. I'm Jane, a personal trainer with a focus on self-love. Each week, we'll be chatting to someone about their self-love journey, how long it took, and what it took to get there. Welcome to the Unselfishly Me POWcast. What is a POWcast, you may ask? A POWcast is a little pow of information instead of a podcast, which is really long. I'm going to be doing short little episodes that are going to be going in between my longer episodes. So every alternate week, I'm going to have a little POWcast, which is a little bit of information, something to just energize you throughout the day, give you a little bit of insight into a topic, and something that's really easy to listen to. So today our topic is boundaries. If you have seen on social media, I am doing Self-Love Sundays, which I've been doing throughout lockdown. And basically we choose a topic, and I was doing it every Sunday, but now I'm doing twice a month. So you can book ahead because they are quite popular and I only have limited space. So I pick a topic and then we discuss it live on Zoom. I do a little talk. We do a meditation, some journal prompts, and then I give you journal prompts or a card to go home you are at home, but to journal on at home and to kind of dig deeper into the topic. So basically what everyone is doing is they are being introspective, thinking about the topic in terms of themselves and their life and how they can get through the problems associated with that topic and themselves. So we have done Journaling 101, which is all about journaling, how to journal, who should journal, why do we journal, is journaling even worth it, how to think of the questions and how to ask yourself those questions. We've also done How to Love Yourself in Lockdown, which is all about self-love and self-care and looking after yourself. We've done Negative Self-Talk and how to stop that. We've done Manifesting 101, which is all about how to manifest anything that you want in your life. And they were just really nice. There's about an hour that we spent together. And so I'm going to take you through a little bit of these kind of topics, but I'm not obviously going to give you the whole rundown because you need to join and come to one of those sessions because they're really cool and they're really in depth. So I'm just going to give you little summaries of topics like that. And that is a little glimpse into what you can expect if you join one of those sessions. So today on this POWcast, we are talking about boundaries. Now, boundaries is generally like a swear word to most people. Most people don't have boundaries. Most people are scared of boundaries. They don't want to set them with the people that they love. They don't want to speak up for themselves and speak to their bosses or people at work. So you tend to just become a people pleaser and you get walked all over because you don't want to set these boundaries. Basically, what a boundary is saying what you will and won't tolerate, saying what you need in your life and what you don't need in your life, what you need from other people in order to look after yourself and not feel taken advantage of. So it's kind of like setting rules with those around you of how you want to be treated. It's obviously quite hard to set those with people around you, and people that aren't self-aware generally don't have boundaries. And they don't like other people setting boundaries for them. So they will try and take advantage of you. And as soon as you start setting boundaries, they do not enjoy it because they can't take advantage of you anymore. You really need to look after yourself. You need to put yourself first. You need to realize and ask yourself, this is where journaling comes in. What do I want? How do I want to be treated? What will I stand up for in my life? And what will I not tolerate? Like, what nonsense do I need to cut out of my life in order for me to be happy, safe, secure, and confident? That's basically what you need to do and what you need to ask yourself. They really are important because they keep you sane and safe. Like, I like to say that because you don't feel safe from judgment or the feelings of resentment that come with having to then stand up for yourself and actually have to say to people like, you know what, I don't like the way you're treating me. I don't like when you did that. And it's just more uncomfortable to have to say that afterwards and to have to keep saying that to certain people that don't really understand because they're not self-aware and they don't understand that what they're doing is wrong and what they're doing is hurting people around them. So you don't want to resent people. And that's what ends up happening when you don't have boundaries with people and around you because they take advantage and then you end up resenting them. So stop saying yes out of obligation because then you end up resenting the person and then you're phoning your best friend and you like bleak and you venting to them and then they don't like the person and it just becomes a huge thing. So Brene Brown is like the queen of boundaries, and she says that she has a mantra that she uses, and she has a journal, and then rehearsing. So her mantra is, I choose discomfort over resentment. So be uncomfortable for a minute setting your boundary and telling the people, or you can resent them for life, basically. So rather be uncomfortable, set your boundaries, and then it's done. Because if you don't do that, it's going to keep happening, and you're going to resent that person for a week, a day, a month, a year, 5 years, 10 years, who knows? Some people can hold grudges for a really long time. So it's important that you let that go. So if you don't want to resent someone, set a boundary with them instead. She also says she uses a damn it diary. So whenever someone is really annoying her and she's pissed off about something, then she will literally take out a journal and she'll write it out. So just that way of journaling and getting it out, what's upsetting you, is really freeing, and it just releases some toxic energy as well. And then rehearse. So rehearse with your friend or in the mirror, or just saying, no, thank you, I don't have time to do that. So sorry, I won't be able to join you. The more you say it, it's like muscle memory, I say. Like in exercise, the more you do something, the more your body will remember it. So this is like practicing, like muscle memory. So I'm so sorry, I won't be able to do that. And then also remember that when you set boundaries, you're actually doing someone else a favor. You are teaching them how you want to be treated, and teaching them about themselves as well. Because if they are not aware, they're not going to know that what they are doing or not doing is upsetting you. So life is about communicating. If we all were silent and didn't communicate, like the world would be a very strange place. So you need to learn to speak up for yourself. That's your throat chakra. So do a throat chakra meditation if you need to amplify your voice. And just look at it as, by setting this boundary, you are actually helping them, because they are learning about themselves and learning how to actually live in the world and go about living in a more positive space and not annoying everyone. Because if we were all walked around annoying everyone, the world would be even worse than it is right now. So we want to be living in a positive, uplifting, light place. And the only way you're going to do that is if we're all a little bit more happy, cheerful, feeling a little bit lighter, and not having this heaviness dragged down. So if we're all feeling like we can't communicate, we can't live our lives, we can't be ourselves because we haven't got boundaries with people, and we have to be someone who we're not, it's going to feel like a really dark place. So just look at it as your public service to this person to set these boundaries for them to go out in the world and be a happier person. And then just to finish off, just remember that no is a complete sentence. You don't owe an explanation to someone why you will not go to their party. They don't need to know why or how or anything. You can just say no. No, thank you. Or just no. Thanks for listening to this POWcast. If you'd love to do the boundaries workshop, just shoot me an email, hello@unselfishlyme.com, and I will get you booked in. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for listening to Unselfishly Me. Follow us on Instagram @unselfishlyme, and check out our website www.unselfishlyme.com.